every 501st trooper. Rex. Rex fought dirty when he had to. Twin blasters never left his hands. He'd charge straight at you, then vanish behind cover. Smart fighter. Found your weak spot and hammered it. His boys, he trained them so hard, made them run drills until they threw up. But it worked. More of his guys walked away from battles than anyone else's. Rex knew every face in his unit. Who cracked jokes, who couldn't sleep, lost one of his troopers, and Rex blamed himself. The chip hit him hard. Hand shook, raised his blaster real slow, but Fives got to him first. That conversation saved his life. He fought the orders screaming in his skull, beat them back, faked his death, and ran with Ahsoka. Fives. How'd he become an ARC trooper? Camino battle. Droids hit hard, and still, he saved a group of cadets. Command noticed. ARC training followed. More missions, more freedom. That's where trouble started. Tup wasn't just another clone. They came up together from day one. Same barracks, same training, same battles. When Tup snapped and shot that Jedi, Fives knew something was wrong. This wasn't his brother. Tup was steady, reliable, never broke orders. But there he was, mumbling about good soldiers and orders like his brain was stuck. Fives held him in the medbay, watched him die scared. Tup kept trying to say something important, never got it out. That's when Fives started looking. Found the chip, found out every clone had one buried in their head. The Kaminoans lied, said it was normal, but Fives knew better. Tup died because his chip broke early. If it happened to him, it could happen to all of them. Fives tried to warn Rex, tried to reach Anakin, got too close to the truth. They shot him in an alley, called him paranoid. He died trying to save his brothers. Jesse wore his loyalty. Republic crest right on his helmet, never took it off. Rex's right hand. When the captain couldn't lead, Jesse did. They worked together for years. Rex gave orders, Jesse made them happen. Umbara proved it. When Krell went crazy and started killing clones, Jesse stuck with Rex, backed every call, had Ahsoka's back when she needed cover. Rex trusted him completely. Jesse never failed him. Then the chip hit. Same loyalty, wrong target. Rex tried to fight it. Jesse didn't. Took command of the ship, hunted Ahsoka down. Rex begged him to stop. Jesse ignored him. Ship crashed. Jesse died. Still wearing that helmet. Crest still visible. Hard case. This guy was wired different. Blaster always in hand, grin always cocked sideways. He moved like every battle was his last. Wasn't stupid, just restless. Too much energy, not enough patience. Stims didn't help, neither did discipline drills. The guy would zone out in briefings, then blow 5 droids away before anyone else had time to blink. On Camino, they thought he was defective. On Umbara, he was the one they counted on when everything fell apart. Orders said stay back. He sprinted forward. Told to wait, he dove in. So when it came time to hit the enemy ship from the inside, the reactor core, nobody even asked him. He volunteered before the sentence was finished. Got in a stolen fighter, drove it straight into the heart of the station, blew the whole thing to hell. He didn't make it out, but no one ever forgot what he pulled off. Kicks. He was the one who kept everyone breathing. Medic. Steady hands. Knew when to shut up and when to throw a stimpak into a moving gunfight. Most troopers healed up and got sent back. Kicks stayed in the dirt with them. He patched up Jesse, held Fives after Tup collapsed, gave Rex more injections than anyone could count, and he started asking questions. Fives warned him. That whole thing with the chips, Kicks took it seriously. Dug deeper, asked the wrong people. He set up the meeting, got Anakin and Rex to Fives before it all went bad. Without Kicks, they never would have connected. That's what got him flagged. Next thing, he's bagged and frozen. Republic orders, no questions, just packed and shipped. The Clone Wars ended, the Empire rose, and Kix still stuck in cryo. He woke up decades later. War was over. Everyone he knew, long gone. Tup looked normal. Not louder, not quieter. Just another clone. Helmet on, rifle steady, always behind his brothers. But then, something cracked. First came the headaches, then the silence, then the trigger. He killed Jedi Master Tiplar mid-battle. No warning, just turned, fired, and stood still while everyone panicked. Fives tackled him before he could do more damage. Why did it happen? No one knew, but Tup kept saying one phrase: good soldiers follow orders. The command chip inside his head had glitched early. He wasn't supposed to turn yet, but it flipped. Fives got involved, started digging. That dig led to everything. The chip conspiracy, the truth about the clones, the control buried in their brains. Top didn't just break. He was the reason anyone started asking questions at all. He died in the medbay, calm, even peaceful, but the damage was already done. Dogma. Dogma followed orders like they were sacred. Others second-guessed. He wouldn't. When the general said fire, he pulled the trigger. No questions, just duty, even if it meant executing his own brothers. Umbara exposed everything. The mission was a disaster. No backup, no strategy, no clue what they were walking into. Troopers kept dying, and the man leading them, General Krell, didn't care. Dogma still stuck to the book, believed Krell had a plan, even defended him when the others wanted mutiny. He thought loyalty meant obedience. Then it clicked. Krell was a traitor, a Sith in disguise, sent clones into traps on purpose, using them like bait. And Dogma, the one who backed him hardest, he's the one who pulled the trigger in the end. One shot, no words. Echo. Echo should have died at the Citadel, but when they pulled him out, he wasn't the same. Couldn't be. There was more tech than man left. Half a skull, shaky memory, skin's gone pale. While captured, they used him to leak Republic battle plans to their forces. It wasn't just a rescue, that was starting from scratch. The Separatists took a soldier and tried to turn him into a tool, a walking terminal they could plug into systems and drain intel from. But it didn't work out, because underneath all that hardware, Echo still thought like a trooper. He still had fire. When Rex found him again, Echo didn't just tag along. He flipped the whole mission on its head. They used him to beat the Techno Union at their own game. He hijacked their data lines, fed them false plans, wrecked their strategy from inside. Not bad for a man they wrote off as a corpse, but he never went back to the 501st. He left with the Bad Batch. Appo. How do you go from saving Jedi to hunting them? For Appo, it wasn't a sudden shift. It was slow, tactical, one order at a time. He was there on Umbara, saw how messy war gets when leaders lose their grip. He followed Pong Krell because that's what clones did. Follow. But Appo walked away from that campaign hardened, not broken, just more sure that hesitation gets people killed. By the time Order 66 hit, Appo just went with it. When Vader stormed the Jedi Temple, Appo was right behind him, 501st at his back, lights flashing, screaming. He wasn't just in the room, he was clearing it. He didn't hesitate. He moved up quick after that, took control of what was left of the 501st, helped turn soldiers into enforcers, peacekeepers into patrols. Orders got dirtier, missions got colder, but Appo kept marching until a rebel raid ended it. Shot off a speeder, just another unmarked corpse in the street. Denel. Denel was quiet. He just followed orders and hit his mark. Quick trigger, clean shot, no questioning at all. He wasn't famous, but he survived long enough to stand on the final deck of a dying war. By the time the 501st hit Skytop Station, things were already breaking down. Clones going rogue, officers hiding things, Jedi whispering about treason. Denel stayed cool. He gunned down a traitor point blank. No debate, no delay, took the shot, kept moving. A few days later, they ran into a bounty hunter, Cad Bane, killed Denel and stole his armor. Nobody knew until it was too late. The body on the floor, that was the real Denel. Never got to pull his trigger. Nothing. Bane walked out wearing his face. Sergeant Kano, one of the few troopers who survived the siege of the Jedi Temple and kept his mouth shut. He came from the 332nd, then got folded into the Corps of the 501st during the cleanup on Coruscant. Guys said he had a death wish. He led tunnel operations, quiet kills, but the floor always ended up red. One mission, level 1315, started like recon, ended in bodies. They say Kano had to take down a rogue knight hiding with street smugglers, didn't radio in, didn't wait for backup. He went in alone, found the Jedi, and still came out breathing. But he wasn't clean. He dragged a cracked helmet with him. Not his, the guy he lost. After that, he went cold. He talked less, slept less, more twitch in the trigger finger. But when Vader needed someone to lead the post-order mop-ups, outer rim, deep cut stuff, he picked Kano. Wiped clean, didn't leave a trail. But stories of scorched Jedi safe houses with no survivors, those were always tagged Kano Ops, and he didn't live to see it. Longshot, sniper from the 501st Recon Wing, real name wiped. Everyone just called him Longshot, didn't say much, just picked high ground and made sure no one got too close. Guy had serious range, could drop a droid at 600 meters, through smoke, one eye through the scope, finger tight on the trigger, that's it. On Umbara, he dropped clones before knowing they were clones. Krell's trick. friendly fire turned into a firing squad. And after it all came out, Longshot never said a word, just cleaned his rifle. He followed orders. He also watched them burn the bodies of the men he shot, then went right back to patrol. Mixer. Mixer got his name because he screwed up orders a lot. Left when he should have gone right, fired when he should have held, but somehow always worked out. Guy had luck, stupid luck. Fell off a gunship on Rylith, landed on a droid, kept fighting, got lost in Felucia, found his squad 3 days later, had killed more droids than anyone. Rex stopped trying to fix him. Just let him do his thing. When Order 66 came, Mixer was already shooting. Confused the order. Started dropping his own men. Rex had to put him down. One shot to the back. Mixer never knew what hit him. Still pulling the trigger when he fell. Vaughn. Vaughn commanded the 332nd, Ahsoka's unit. Orange helmets, loyalty runs deep. Clone Wars ending, everyone knew it. Empire rising, Jedi falling. But Vaughn, he believed in the old ways. When Ahsoka came back with Rex, asking for help to find Maul on Mandalore, Vaughn didn't pause. Painted his helmet orange. Showed respect. The mission went sideways fast. Maul escaped, Order 66 hit, and suddenly Ahsoka wasn't a commander anymore. She was a target. Jesse took charge of the ship, but before they even left, Vaughn got killed on Mandalore, hunting Maul through the sewers and caught blaster fire in those dark tunnels. They found him later, still wearing that orange helmet. Despite that, we can assume when Order 66 was issued, that helmet would have reminded him who they were trained to kill since birth. Order 66 hit every clone at once. Millions of soldiers, one command. The 501st died that day. What came after? That wasn't them anymore. Just ghosts wearing their faces.